Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Yellow.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flushed out right. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, no. Get it roll. Hey.
Here's Ty Johnson, rookie 6th-rounder from Maryland. He's got a 1st down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Yannick Ngakoue racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 17, Mahomes. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Being chased out left. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Draymond Jones brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Broncos nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second and 5 now. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's just me and you. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Jackson looking to throw on third. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Check the easy. Come on, man.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On second and 11 now. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Strip that ball. Easy.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion. We're just shy of the marker. Now here's Mahomes. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kenny Galladay, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. throwing on first down. It's Jackson. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That's on the rookie Dalton Reisner.
Here we go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Well, the Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. Here's Jackson. This is the tight end Fant. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall.
You got nothing. Mike, check.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The first down carry here for Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Jackson. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Watkins, the intended receiver. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The pass there complete to Sutton. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin.
58, Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
They go play action here on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From the gun, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now third and goal.
Yeah, baby.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Third and goal, Jackson. Buying time to his left. A 2-yard touchdown grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on it there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillendow, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Forced out to his left. Stepping, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Patrick Mahomes with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns have taken the lead. The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Landry. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team, we're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Stop your wow. Check 51 the mic, boys. 51.
To throw is Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
We got 4. We got 4. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. In your face. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his tight end Fant. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, watch the ball. Go. 51's Mike. Mike 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 51. Mike 51.
To throw again is Jackson. Able to get this to Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they doubled it and get 10 here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
51's the mic. You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball. Pass him. Mike 51.
To throw is Jackson on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2nd and 1 at the 42-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Charlie, Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, let's get that ball. Here we go. Nice head.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man is Galladay, complete. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Browns first
Yellow,
down.
yellow.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, check. Delta. Hey, check, check. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Oh, you got D? Yellow. Mike's 59.
And again, it's Mahomes. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Ty Johnson with his first career NFL touchdown as they are now for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Welcome back now to Denver, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Attack! Kill! Turn up! Hey, check! 950!
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
58, Mike. I'm coming after you.
Jackson down. Throwing again. He's got his big tight end, Fan. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch his flat. Zip it. 51 for Mike, boy. 51. You.
Here's Jackson to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Jim. Good slow. Come on. 58 to Mike.
Jackson will throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check 4. Sit.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they finally break through on 3rd and goal? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th and goal.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 50. 15. 59 smart. Check. 59. Not today, you want? Not today.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Check. Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. So they get the 1st down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Right there. All day. Check the backer, check the backer.
Now Jackson back into his end zone. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
He'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Quit talking about it and bring it. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Let's go one more.
Jackson throwing on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete here. So that will leave them with 16 on the clock. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now...